Welcome to Highway Herald, your roadmap to the latest in auto. Today, we're diving deep into the electric vehicle market to uncover the truth behind its so-called growth. Is this electrifying surge truly built on solid ground, or is it just smoke and mirrors? From unsustainable incentives to high interest rates, we're breaking down 8 key reasons why the current EV market might be more illusion than reality. Reason number 8, the overestimated environmental benefits. The environmental benefits of EVs are often highlighted, but the reality is more complex. While EVs produce fewer emissions during use than traditional combustion engines, their full environmental impact is significant. Battery production is a major concern, as it requires substantial energy, often from fossil fuels. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, UCS, making an EV battery can generate emissions equivalent to driving a gasoline car for over 18 months. Additionally, mining materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel for these batteries has serious environmental and social impacts, including habitat destruction and water pollution. Recycling EV batteries is also challenging, with current technology still developing. As more batteries reach their end of life, inadequate recycling could lead to further environmental harm. Thus, while EVs have benefits, their overall impact is more nuanced than often portrayed. Reason number 7, infrastructure shortcomings. A major challenge for electric vehicles is the inadequate charging infrastructure. Despite strong sales, the expansion of charging networks is lagging. The International Council on Clean Transportation, ICCT, notes that to meet expected EV growth by 2030, public chargers need to increase over tenfold. This shortfall poses a significant barrier to long-term adoption and could deter consumers from switching from internal combustion engines. Furthermore, charging station distribution is uneven, with urban areas better served than rural regions. For instance, cities like Los Angeles have ample stations, while states like Wyoming and North Dakota have few, complicating long-distance travel. Charging station reliability also varies, with many being slow level 2 chargers. Additionally, the electric grid may struggle with increased demand, requiring major upgrades. Without significant infrastructure improvements, the current growth in the EV market is unsustainable. Reason number 6, Tesla's troubles. Tesla's recent performance raises doubts about the EV market's growth. While competitors like Kia and GM report record sales, Tesla has faced a 4-month sales decline. In California, a major EV market, Tesla now holds less than half of the US EV market share for the first time. Tesla's struggles are due to intense competition and aggressive incentives from other manufacturers. Despite offering discounts, Tesla's high-volume production limits its flexibility. As the only Western automaker currently profiting from EVs, Tesla, under CEO Elon Musk, seeks to maintain this advantage. However, legacy automakers' unsustainable practices threaten this goal, distorting the market's true health. In an unexpected move, Musk backed Donald Trump's proposal to end most industry subsidies, promoting a more sustainable market model and challenging inflated EV growth claims. Before we delve deeper, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support fuels our passion to create more content like this. Now let's explore reason number 5, the impact of high interest rates. The adoption of EVs is further complicated by the broader economic climate. High interest rates, coupled with rising inflation, are placing a significant strain on American households. The average interest rate for new cars stands at 7.3%, with monthly payments averaging $739. For used cars, interest rates average 11.5%, and monthly bills hover around $550. These financial pressures are exacerbated by the overall cost of living, leading to a troubling 23% repossession rate in the auto market. Nearly 1 in 4 cars ends up being reclaimed by lenders or leasing companies. This financial burden impacts consumer decisions, leading to a decline in car purchases overall, whether EVs or traditional combustion vehicles. The financial strain on households is likely a major factor contributing to the drop in overall car sales. Reason number 4, states pulling back on EV incentives. The $7,500 federal tax credit for electric vehicles has been a key incentive, but state-level programs have also played a major role in EV adoption across the US. However, this trend is changing. For example, New Jersey, once a strong supporter of EVs, will eliminate its tax exemption next year and introduce a 6.6% sales tax on EVs, plus a new $250 fee for the Transportation Trust Fund. This reflects a broader shift as other states might adopt similar policies. In contrast, Texas, with historically weak EV incentives, is adding new fees, a $400 registration fee and a $200 maintenance fee to make up for lost gasoline tax revenue. These changes are raising the cost of EV ownership, challenging the initial appeal of EVs as a cheaper alternative to traditional vehicles and complicating the market's future growth. Reason number 3, GM's abandoned 1 million EV plan. General Motors has been vocal about its electric vehicle ambitions, famously pledging to sell 1 million EVs annually by 2025. However, GM has recently acknowledged that this goal is unattainable. Current sales figures are well below the target, with GM selling around 6,000 EVs per month. CEO Mary Barra has pointed to weak consumer interest, but the company faces deeper issues. Production challenges and quality concerns, notably with the Chevy Bolt, which has suffered from recalls and costly repairs, have hampered progress. GM is now shifting its focus to hybrids, which are less reliant on incentives and more profitable. This change signals a recognition that the EV market's growth isn't as robust as anticipated. The company's struggles highlight the difficulties of scaling EV production and the limitations of ambitious targets amid operational hurdles. Reason number 2, the 10% market penetration myth. Despite the hype, capturing 10% of the automotive market for electric vehicles seems increasingly unrealistic. Currently, the EV market is around 7.5%, a figure inflated by a decline in combustion vehicles rather than true growth. High vehicle prices and rising interest rates are likely to stall past growth rates. Achieving a 10% market share would require significant price reductions and greater middle-class adoption, neither of which are on the horizon. Battery costs, a major factor in EV pricing, haven't dropped as quickly as expected. The gap between current prices and what's needed to attract a broader customer base remains large. Without substantial price cuts, reaching a 10% market share in the near future appears unlikely. Reason number 1, the unsustainable incentive model. Despite claims of growth, much of the recent increase in EV sales stems from unsustainable incentives. The 10% year-over-year rise in sales is misleading. Incentives have driven this surge, but are not a long-term solution. Automakers are losing money on EVs, and rising incentive costs exacerbate these losses. For instance, Kia's deep discounts on the EV6 and EV9 show how manufacturers rely on heavy incentives to boost sales, often at a significant financial loss. Similarly, Cadillac's large discounts on the Lyriq and Ford's price cuts on the F-150 Lightning highlight the industry's dependence on incentives to maintain sales momentum. These tactics may boost market share temporarily, but fail to address underlying profitability and sustainability issues. In summary, the current EV market growth is unsustainable and reliant on incentives, raising doubts about its long-term viability. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald to stay updated on the latest in automotive news and get notified about our upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below. See you next time.